It's a new episode of the Buko Boys.
That's us.
I
look like I'm bobbing on this mic over here.
Yeah, you are. Suck it.
Whoa there.
What's up, everybody? We are back with number 97.
We're getting close to our century.
We're almost 100 years old.
It's crazy to think we were close to 100 episodes of the Buko Boys.
We would have been way past that, but we took that long
We've taken a couple
hiatus.
breaks.
Yeah, we've taken a couple.
We put a lot of effort in and work into this. We need to break sometimes. But hey, we have an exciting announcement for episode 100. So this is going to be fun. You guys got to keep tuning in. Episode 100, big announcement about the Buko Boys podcast.
In the future.
The future of the Buko Boys podcast. It's going to be exciting.
All right, so today's episode, we are going to talk about places we've gone to, which is the Aquarium, the local aquarium here in Utah.
Draper, Utah.
We're going to talk about, we'll talk about some restaurants. Today we'll talk about Wicked Peel.
Yes.
There's a Wicked Peel restaurant here.
It's wicked good.
It's wicked. Then there's a couple news stories we'll get into.
Some local news stories and national news stories.
So first off, let's start off with somewhere we've both gone to in the last week.
Yes.
The Aquarium here in Utah.
So it's here in Draper, Utah. There's a big, how do you explain it? To notice it right away. What do you call it? Landmark, I guess you could say now?
Yeah, it's kind of a landmark now.
Yeah.
So they bought or I don't know if they bought it or they were just giving it to them. From the U2 concert, they had this big giant, like 4-legged, just a dome.
Yeah, this is going to explain it. A 4-legged dome. But it's like the shape of an octopus or a squid.
It's pretty yeah, it's weird. But anyways, it's just sitting
with
there.
Orange spots, so it looks like a suction cup.
And it's all lit up. It's all lit up at night. Plays music, all like therapeutic music at night.
I did not know that.
Oh,
interesting.
Well, so I went on a Monday, and on Mondays they stay open later.
All right.
So I go there. I went there on a Monday because of schedules and everything, and having to do stuff later in the day. I was like, I need to go there later, and I think it normally closes at 6.
Okay.
And on Mondays it closes at 8.
All right.
So that's why I went there on a Monday, checked it out. But yeah, I went underneath it, and it's all lit up, and it looks like you're about to get abducted by aliens. You go underneath that thing, and it's like shooting a beam straight down. There's like these weird. It's almost like a upside down spire, what's it called, stalactite.
Okay, yeah.
Of just metal weird shit hanging down, and just lights.
No, again, this was used for a U2 concert, and they didn't want to continue taking this on tour. It's huge. I don't know how tall this thing is.
It's massive.
It's bigger than the building.
I don't know
itself.
how they're even able to like move it around from state to state. It's so big.
Right, and I think that's why they gave up on it. Said, okay, do you guys want this? We don't want to keep taking this on tour with us. This thing's
But
massive.
I guess it made sense for them to want to take it because it kind of looks octopusy.
Yes, facts.
So, but yeah, they're doing some outdoor stuff around there too. They had like a playground and stuff. Did you go walk over there?
Of course.
Yeah, you got your little one. So there's like a zip line thing, a little zip line playground thing.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that because it might sound like, oh, that sounds cool. No, it's like
It's a playground.
A string,
it's the
it's
playground.
a rope. You hold onto the rope and you just go
on a little roller that just
go,
rolls
20 feet.
Yeah.
To the end of it, and it goes 1 mile an hour.
Yeah, the playground kind.
Yeah, it is for kids. It's for little kids. They had a couple outdoor playgrounds. They have a very small one for younger kids, and they've got little what do you call it? Like some creatures. They got creatures out there, like those things that went under a microscope, like those bear looking.
Oh, tardigrades.
Sure, but they've got those. And kids can crawl over these things. At the bigger playground, they have these slides, these bigger slides. They've got these huge hermit crab things that you can climb on top of. This huge, I don't know, like shrimp. It's just fun things that kids can climb on. They've got long slides. They some ropes, the musical chimes that they bang on these musical chimes and make sounds with. Just a lot of fun stuff for the kids to play with. Also outdoors, they got these like lounge type chair, like beach lounge chairs, so parents can just sit there and watch their kids. There's also some fire pits around, so if you want to just hang out outside, there's fire pits. There's gazebos
Really?
out there. Yeah,
I didn't know that. I didn't see that part.
Yeah,
it was kind of cold, so I was kind of hurrying when I was out there.
Yeah, we went. Well, at the time of this recording, we went yesterday with our little one. So she had a blast playing outside. It wasn't too cold outside, so we were just kind of walking around and enjoying it outside. So it was pretty fun.
What about? Was that about? That was it out on the outside then, huh?
Yeah,
that
some
was
fire
it.
pits, some gazebos, and
they didn't have that in the last year or two, because I want to say I've been there. It's been about a year or two since I've been there, and they did not have. Because now, like, you have to pay to get into that whole outdoor area. Even like before, that was like you walk past that to get to the main entrance.
Right.
So now it's like pretty much right at the parking lot, like. There's the gates right there, and you pay to get in and to get your entrance that way, and then you have access to the whole outdoor area and then the front door.
Yes. So real quick, when you park there, actually, also the exterior of the building, not only do you have this big octopus-looking landmark, but the building is shaped like a fish.
The building shaped like a fish?
In a sense. So it's basically a round building, but it has a fin.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah,
okay.
so when you're driving along the freeway, it's just off I-15. Again, the name is the Loveland Living Planet Aquarium in Draper, Utah, off of I-15. So when you're driving by, you'll see the aquarium. You'll see this big landmark. Again, this landmark, this white with orange spotted octopus leg looking thing. It's the first thing you'll see because it's so big and so massive. But then next to it, you'll see the aquarium, and it's got like a little tail, like a fish tail, attached to the side. So it kind of makes it stand out. It's pretty cool. It's very cool. But when you walk up there to the entrance, there's actually 3 entrances. So there's the member entrance. So I'm sure it's a lot faster to go through there. Then there's the general admission entrance where you walk in, buy your tickets, and then next to that, it's just really a rope that separates it. If you've already pre-purchased your tickets. So if you've purchased them online, you don't need to wait in line to buy. You just walk right through. I don't know why the members have a special entrance. But I'll kind of tell you the benefits if you want to do the membership. So the price for admission, I'll just use adult prices because that would be the highest prices to kind of gauge it. A one-day admission is $23.95. That's for a one-day admission as an adult. If you get the membership, it's an annual membership. It's $64.95. So if you went at least 3 times in a year, it's beneficial to get the annual membership. So if you go at least 3 times, it's worth it. If you go once or twice, it's just better to just pay for the one time.
And I'm going to interject real fast.
Yes.
You know how I told you I went on Monday and it stays open later?
Yeah.
The price is also cheaper. 17 and some change.
So it saves you about $5-6.
Yeah. Okay. So Monday nights, that's the time to go. If you just plan on maybe just a one-time trip, and you're not available till later in the day, Monday's going to be the day for you.
Good point right there. So walking in, you can walk right into the gift shop or walk into the main entrance. But they have a little gift shop where you can buy toys and stuff like that about the aquarium.
That's also the exits.
Yeah,
the exit is in there.
Well, of course, you can enter right into the gift shop, but you definitely exit. Well, you don't have to, but you can exit through the gift shop or the main entrance and exit. However, of course, they would like you to lean that way, so as you're walking in and out, your kids are gonna be like, "I want this, I want that." You know.
Well, yeah, that's how it used to be with the entrance before. It was the exit was through the gift shop.
That was the only exit.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. Now you can exit, from the entrance.
But if you have kids, they're all gonna go, "I need to go to the store."
Yeah.
But even as an adult, guess where I go?
Where do you go?
To the damn store.
Of course, you just want to look. You gotta look.
And I don't have any little ones going, "I need this, I need this." So I can just freely walk.
Exactly.
And roam and explore.
Also, when you enter, there's a little cafe that they have little treats, donuts, and ice cream, and a couple little treats if you want a little snack.
All right, so the exhibits.
Well, let me talk about this because I have been to the largest indoor aquarium in the world, which is in Atlanta, Georgia. I've been there. It's an amazing aquarium. I have not been to the Utah aquarium. Actually, I've never been at this new location. It used to be in Sandy, Utah.
Yeah, it was in a smaller building.
I went to it there. This is my first time in the Draper location. So when I walked in, right away, I was comparing it to the Atlanta aquarium. And and again, it's not fair because this is the largest aquarium in the world. I'm not saying that, but it reminded me of that. So if you've been to the Atlanta Aquarium, again, it's the largest. It's a really great aquarium. But when I walked in there, it reminded me of it on a smaller scale. So I was already kind of getting excited because it reminded me of that. You see these hanging whale carcasses. No, it's kidding. It's just fake, fiberglass stuff. But, they have whales hanging from the ceiling. They had whale shark. They had, these rays, giant manta rays hanging from the ceiling. And that's also kind of what the aquarium in Atlanta is like. And then it splits off. It branches off. There's so many different places you can go. There's different themes, I should say. And this Utah aquarium also does the same thing. So it kind of branches off and you just kind of go to different areas. And there's 2 levels. So go ahead, talk about some of the areas.
So like if you were to go start to your right, the first thing you start with is like the Utah stuff. Yeah. So it's like Utah all the specific local animals that you'll find in like the deserts or in the mountains, or so they'll have like little foresty looking, waterfall looking features of like some local toads and salamanders.
And
yeah, and they'll have like trout exhibits, all the local fish,
ducks.
Yeah, the only ducks that I saw were like the mandarin looking ones.
Yep.
And I'm all,
you're right.
Yeah, those are the only ones that I saw. And I was like, and I think it's cool when I see those out here in the wild in Utah because they look really cool.
Yes, they're gorgeous. This one was just, it was shiny. It was a good looking one.
What else did they have?
Bees.
Yeah, they did have honeybees.
Bees. Otters.
Oh, the otters, yeah.
But they weren't out when we were there. How about for you?
So there was like bigger otters, right? The bigger ones?
They weren't there.
There's bigger ones and smaller ones. The bigger ones were sleeping and they weren't being active.
Lazy ass otters.
And then there's another exhibit. I think the Utah exhibit is the smaller otters. But anyways, those ones were not out either. I didn't see them either.
Yeah, one of the ladies was telling me that they bring them out of the exhibit to feed them, and then they leave the doors open. So the otters, they could stay in the area that they were feeding in, or they can come back into the exhibit. And it just so happened they were just hanging out in the feeding area. So we did not get to see the otters, unfortunately.
Yeah, I just saw the one bigger otter that was sleeping, and then the smaller otters, I didn't see them.
Yeah.
But what else was there in the Utah exhibit?
We don't give too much detail, but just there's a lot of local stuff.
Yeah, a lot of local stuff, pretty cool. And then you come out of there and what is the next one? The South American one.
Yep, there's a South Africa.
No, South American.
I'm sorry, you're right.
Because it's going to be a lot of jungle stuff. A lot of river. They got river monsters.
Yes, it was very warm in the South America area.
Yep, it's humid. It's got to be humid.
And separate doors. So all these other exhibits, you start walking through the exhibit. This one had doors to keep the humidity inside, and this went from the lower level to the upper level. You can walk.
Did you notice in the middle there was kind of like a netted off section? There was like a you can walk through, you can cut through it, but it was all netted.
Yes.
It used to be a butterfly enclosure.
Oh.
And they used to have a ton of butterflies in there. But I don't know if it's just not butterfly season right now. But they're not. I don't know what's going on. There's no butterflies anymore.
Did you know what was in there then?
There was nothing in there at the time.
There was a red parrot.
Oh, a macaw?
Maybe. I don't know.
They didn't have any macaws out. But I did see signs for like the macaws and stuff.
Yeah, we saw it. It was red. It was beautiful.
But there was no macaws out when I was walking around.
Macaw! South America was cool. Yeah, they have snakes.
Oh, they got all the... Oh, my God. My favorite...
Tree frogs.
You said that all backwards.
Sorry. You said... Because where we said my favorite, and I started already talking. I'm like, I better stop.
Yeah.
Because you sound...
Poison dart frogs. Yes. The poison dart frogs. That was my favorite one.
I saw 2.
That's it?
More. Yeah, that's the only that we saw.
Oh, my God. So if you stared at it, there were dozens just appear. So when you first look at it, you don't see many. You're just like, oh, I wonder where they're at. And then as you start looking, you're like, oh, there's a blue one. Oh, there's a yellow one. But then as you start staring at it, it's like, holy shit, there's like 10 in front of me. And then you just start like seeing them, and they all kind of start moving around.
That's a good tip. If you're looking at these frogs, okay, a lot of these creatures are made to be blended in, right? And so you have to kind of like look for them.
Well, yeah, because the dart frogs, they have like black markings and then like really colorful mottled like colors on them.
Yeah, I mean the one that we obviously saw was a bright yellow frog.
Yeah,
It stood out.
there's one that was like full bright yellow.
Yeah,
And
yes,
that guy was cool. I know exactly. I know him.
that's your buddy.
That was my buddy. And then there's some big blue and black ones. And then as you keep looking, you'll see some that are like blue and green lined and colorful.
Interesting.
And then
keep focusing there.
then you start seeing like bumblebee colored ones,
Yes.
and you just start seeing them everywhere. And then once you start noticing their color patterns and you start looking, they're covered. And then I was looking at they have a little water system in there, like a little river system. I was looking and there's tadpoles.
Oh,
There was dart frog tadpoles.
oh, interesting.
I was like, I gotta set one of these up. I have to.
They're having romance time in that exhibit.
Well, like, so I have lizards, right?
Yeah.
And I set up like a paludarium, which is kind of like those similar setups where it's partial terrestrial and then partial water and a waterfall and all that. And now I want to set up one just for dart frogs. I've always wanted dart frogs.
They're poisonous.
Nah, not really. I'm not gonna eat them. I'm not gonna just grab them. Oh, let's see what happens.
They lick the toad.
Or I'm gonna like grab a toothpick and rub it on its back and then start stabbing myself or shooting people in the neck with it like a blow dart gun. But holy shit, do I want some dart frogs?
That's cool. Yeah, a lot of things are kind of hidden in there. I mean, I don't know if you saw this, but there's a little in the South American area. There's a little water stream, but there is. I thought it was a snapping turtle.
Oh, there's a mappa turtle.
Yeah, yeah.
It's huge though.
It's very huge, and it kind of took me a second. I'm like, wait, is that a shell? And I'm looking like, oh, there's
Yeah,
his head.
it almost looks like a piece of bark leaning up against the.
Because its neck also looks like a piece of bark. And again, that's part of its camouflage, though. And you just see its little nose just barely out of the water so it could breathe. And then later when he came back, it was hunched up. I was like, is that snapping? There's no way they have an alligator snapping.
No, they wouldn't
turtle
have that
here.
just out for you to put your hands
But yeah,
on.
it was. I don't know what you just said. I thought it was like a hog nose, but yeah,
MAPPA, something like that.
you got it. And then river monsters, like you said.
Yeah, the Arapaima. Holy shit, that thing's
They're
huge.
My
thing-
favorite thing in the South American was the caiman.
Oh yes, the little
caiman.
crocodile.
Little caiman.
You know, that was the first thing you see when you walk in there,
Is-
and he's just like, when I walked in, he was just like hanging up with his head above the water,
Same. Yeah, same.
and just near the back, like right in the middle, right in the back.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Maybe he's dead. Maybe that's just a
It hasn't
statue.
moved in a week.
It's just a statue.
Yeah, it was that was pretty cool in South America. But from the South American, you can start either on the top level or bottom level, and it'll take you to both sections. You just end up on.
And then when you end up on the top, you can go right into the penguin exhibit. You go down, and you can end up in the penguin exhibit, which the lights were off when I was there because it was later in the day. Penguins need to sleep too.
The penguin exhibit also takes you from the top to bottom. So there's stairs in the middle of the aquarium, but also through the South American and through the penguin exhibit, you can go through there to the top and bottom floors.
And so from there, yeah,
Penguins are so cool.
the penguins are the shit.
Oh, my baby, guess she's 2. She loved she did not want to leave the penguin exhibit. She was all about the penguin exhibit.
I'm all about the penguin exhibit.
Yeah, no way. So cool.
They're funny. I want to take her there. I would have
You should.
a
If
blast
you wanna
with
be a
her.
good uncle, you
Yeah,
gotta take her.
I'm gonna have to now. Me and her are gonna go get memberships.
Might as well. We're gonna keep doing that. We might as well get memberships.
And then from the penguin, you can go to the sharks.
Yes.
And they got one of those walk-through tunnels where the sharks swim over you and everything. That's really cool because
Yeah,
there's sea turtles, there's big fish, there's all kinds of sharks, and you can swim in there. Do you know that you can swim in there?
I did not know.
They offer
But that's
swimming
why
with the
people are
sharks.
listening to the Buko Boys podcast so they can learn these things.
Yeah, you can look into it more, but you can swim with the sharks.
Very cool.
Yeah,
they got, the black
shark bait.
reef
It's
shark.
called shark bait.
Yeah, the shark bait experience. A little extra.
You throw on these red backpacks full of chum.
They just seem to come to you.
Yeah, they just come right up to you. And
Now I'm going to compare this to the Atlanta Aquarium. The Atlanta Aquarium, this tunnel. So again, when Dale's talking about the tunnel, it's you're walking through and the aquarium's all around you. It's all around you. You're walking through this tunnel of glass or plexiglass, and the sharks are just swimming all around. So you kind of feel like you're in there a little bit. But at the Atlanta
makes you feel like a
Aquarium-
mermaid.
Yeah, there you go. The Atlanta Aquarium, it is a longer tunnel. It is a more vibrant looking. There's a lot more color happening in there. There's also whale sharks in there.
Whoa, that's huge.
From my
That's got to be
understanding,
massive.
this is the only aquarium or indoor aquarium that has whale sharks. Again, this was at the time when I last went. Things have changed, but whale sharks are in the Atlanta Aquarium. They are huge.
That's insane.
They could swallow you whole.
Yeah, but they won't.
They won't. They're very friendly. But if they accidentally,
you could swim with some in the Philippines. I would love to do that.
Yeah,
I would love to swim with some.
They're huge, and in the Atlanta Aquarium, they're huge. They have like 2 or 3 different sized ones, but even the smaller one is still pretty big.
They're like the biggest Pokemon you can get.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, the shark area was pretty cool. They're not huge sharks. They're very small, like reef sharks. Still
But they
cool
got
to
the
watch.
thrasher shark in there too.
Yeah.
That's the nasty tooth, all dangly,
I didn't
mangled
see that
tooth.
one. Maybe
I didn't see it that when I went there, but I know they did have one, and they even had a picture of one in there. But anyways, yeah, those are the sharks, and then you can go into the saltwater stuff. They have like a petting zoo.
Oh, yeah.
With the stingrays.
Yeah,
stingrays, and then they also have like a lot of cool reefs, and they have the jellyfish room.
Yes.
They do like a whole therapeutic jellyfish room.
So let me tell you, I have an idea to do something with that. I'm gonna record something like that, get that therapeutic calming music, and just put a loop on it on YouTube and just get millions of hits. That's my idea. I told my wife that. I actually filmed it. A little bit. I'll show it to you. You tell me if you're in it. Look at that.
Yeah, I know, that's what I was seeing.
But imagine you're just watching that on YouTube with like
on the loop
for like an hour loop of that.
That would be cool. Actually, that would be a really cool idea, because I would put that on as background stuff, like because it's the black and then it's just like changing colors with the lights.
Yeah,
and
it's like a blue light,
and it's almost like a screensaver.
It's
almost like a screensaver just going across the screen.
Yeah, you can put that like on your TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a genius.
$1 million idea right there.
And we always give out free ideas.
I know. I'm doing it though. Don't copy me yet.
But yeah, they have that set up as like a full-on meditation room.
Yeah.
Makes you want to get jellyfish, but then I don't want to deal with cleaning. Like, yeah, that would just be a mess. I don't want to do jellyfish.
I know what you mean.
What else? From there, you go to what's the other exhibit besides the reef stuff is really cool. You got to see horses and octopus and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time in there. I like that shit.
The South American.
Oh, the Asia. Then they have then they have a bunch of, and there's always there's reptiles and stuff through here as well.
Lizards, snakes.
They
tortoises.
even have some cats. What are those cats in there?
They weren't there, but they were some type of leopard.
Yeah, some type of leopard.
They had a peacock, some type of peacock-looking thing. I don't know what that was called. That was cool looking.
Yeah, that bird. I seen that bird. What else? What other exhibit was there?
I think we got them all. There also is a little playground on the inside. I believe it's like $3 to use. You can also book parties at the Loveland Living Aquarium. I know we're saying aquarium, but there's other animals besides, besides sea creatures. There's other animals in there, which is pretty cool. But yeah, if you can do parties there for work or birthday parties. If you do birthday parties, you'll be in this little playground. But if you do like a 1-day admission, you can also pay. I think it's like $3 to use it for the day, and your kid can just play around a little indoor jungle gym on indoor. So that's also in there as well. And
but yeah, overall, I think the aquarium was well worth it.
Yes,
cool experience.
Cool experience.
And like I love checking out animals. I've always been obsessed with animals, so nature shows and all that shit. I'm all about it. Like making animals do cool stuff. I'm all about it.
When I saw the price, I'm like, oh my gosh, $24. Jeez, I'm paying for me and my wife. 2 and under is free, so our dog, we didn't have to pay for the baby. And 2 and under is free. So, we're looking like $50. I'm like, geez, $50, but it was so worth it. I mean, probably Monday would probably be, now that I know that, I'm going to probably do Mondays if I do it again.
And I would say, 1.5 to 2.5 hours?
Yeah, we were there close to, again, we were outside in the, playing on the playgrounds as well, but we were there about close to 2 hours. We were there. And we got to see it all, and my feet were hurting, so I'm like, all right.
So it's a good time.
We got to experience it. Good time. So check out the Loveland Living Planet Aquarium in Draper, Utah.
All right, so we'll talk about now a restaurant that we had just tried for the first time. Not new to the area, but new to us.
New to us.
It's called Wicked Peel.
It was wicked good.
Wicked good pizza.
Just kidding, that's Boston. Because this is a New York style pizza.
Yeah, it's a New York style pizza, and it actually was really damn good. It was thin, just like what I would imagine. Because we noticed there was a lot of New York's theme going on in there.
Yeah, like the paintings on the wall, the murals on the wall.
So, and then we get the menu, and there it says New York style pizza.
Yeah.
It all made sense.
Well, they had pictures. I'm like, wait, so this is New York style, right? Like, this is what I'm getting from all of this? He's like, yes. I'm like, all right, cool.
But we definitely want to go back there to try more pizzas out. But we tried one of them, and
with a New York name.
The Brooklyn, wasn't it?
It was called the Brooklyn.
And it had green olives on it, which
yes.
I can't. I'm sure I've had a pizza with green olives. I don't remember it though. It was good.
It was good. You know, green olives are a little bit more tangy than black olives, which everyone's had black olives on a pizza before, I've seen it. But green olives was a good touch. You know, a little bit more tang to it. I like that.
Yes. Then we also had like the cheese bread. They got a cheese bread that's like fully loaded. So we had to
try that
because we're fully loaded.
So you know, it has like meat and cheese on top of the cheese bread, and it had a little spicy ranch dip sauce.
So after eating it, okay, so it came with a spicy ranch.
Yeah.
We both said to ourselves, you know what? This will be better with marinara.
Yeah.
Or pizza sauce.
It was good.
So wait a minute, is pizza sauce and marinara the same thing?
No, I don't think so. No.
It's very similar.
No. It's similar because they're tomato based.
They're tomato based.
I mean,
but either way, you could have gone with marinara or pizza sauce on this as a dipping for this.
Sure.
Over the spicy ranch.
Yeah, the spicy ranch is good.
Spicy ranch is good, but that seems very Utah. It's very like, I want to dip it in ranch.
Right. Yeah, I do think marinara would have been a better option than the spicy. Okay, the spicy ranch is good. I just would have preferred the marinara. You're right. It seems kind of basic. Spicy ranch seemed a little basic.
Yeah, and that flavor with it was okay, but it was like it didn't. I would have rather had pizza sauce. So marinara, either tomato based product other than spicy ranch would have been good.
Okay,
but still, spicy ranch is okay. It's good. And I'm sure a lot of you Utah folk are just going to love that shit. You're going to be like, oh, can I get a gallon of this to go? I know you do.
But they don't just sell pizza there. They have pasta, salad, sandwiches that are toasted. They have, I don't know if it's a brick oven, but they've got, you can see a flame. They are using an oven. I don't know if it's a brick oven, but it's definitely, they're using a fire-based oven, though. So I saw someone's sandwich come out, looked nice and toasty. Melty cheese on top. I like that idea. I like the fire roasted pizzas. I do think it adds to the flavor myself because it's enclosed, and I just think it adds a little bit.
Do they have
flavor.
calzones?
I don't remember seeing calzones.
I don't remember seeing calzones either, but I would have liked to have tried a calzone. I've tried calzones on the on a what are those brick oven pizza style, the brick ovens. Calzones are awesome.
No calzones. So I'm looking at the menu right now.
Okay.
But they've got meatballs as an appetizer, so I don't know if they're famous for their meatballs.
We should try that next time. So when I think of a calzone,
yes,
I wonder if that came about at somebody screwing up a pizza. Hundreds of years ago.
Flip it and fold it up.
Not flip it. They probably did something and they kind of they probably folded it on accident and all the toppings fell over and it just ruined their pizza.
And there's folded into a pocket.
Yeah, they were
like supposed to be.
Oh shit!
It's a pizza pocket. Pizza pocket.
Probably something happened like that hundreds of years ago. Somebody screwed up a pizza and just folded it. It's a fuck it. It's ruined. Fuck it. Folded it and so let's see what happens. And it turned out amazing. And they're like, I'm on to something.
Yeah. And guess what you dip your calzone in?
Ranch.
No, marinara.
Spicy ranch. The gallon of it that I just got.
No, they don't have it. So they have a few appetizers like mozzarella triangles and breadsticks and garlic bread. And they have salads, sandwiches, pasta, pizza, obviously. That's probably what they're famous for and it's good.
Oh, do they got anchovies as an option?
Oh, I don't know.
Look on the Build Your Own. On the Build Your Own, is anchovies on there?
Okay, I'll look. Yes.
Aha. It is a New York style
Yes,
pizza.
yeah, you're right. You can build your own. Yes.
Have you ever had anchovies on a pizza?
Yes.
Me too. Where at? On a cruise ship? Me too.
No, Little Caesars used to do that.
What?
Little Caesars used to have anchovies, as an option.
Get out of
and
here.
I got it.
Little Caesars did.
Long time ago.
Are we talking 90s, 80s?
80s. Because I'll tell you, the pizza that I got, it was actually probably...
It's called cat food pizza.
No, I think... That's good. No, I was at the butler's house, and we got Little Caesars with anchovies and crazy bread, and we watched the movie Big with Tom Hanks, rented.
I think I was there.
So I think you were too. Maybe not. Maybe you didn't have
I
it.
didn't have it because I think I was too freaked out by it. I'm all, F you guys.
It's add a little
It's
saltiness.
salty as shit.
And I liked it. They don't do it anymore. But
So
I liked it.
on a cruise ship, on Carnival cruise ship,
Uh-huh.
it's always the pizza there is 24 hours.
Uh-huh.
And so that's where we would always go middle of the night to get food. So one of the options that they always made was an anchovy cheese pizza.
Okay.
With capers. I think there's capers on it.
All right.
And just being drunk and whatever. Okay, let's try it. And it wasn't bad.
You liked it?
It's salty,
I didn't
but
mind
not
it.
bad.
Yeah, I didn't mind it.
And I finished it. And I probably I think I got more of it. And I think I made it a thing where every time I was on a cruise.
The next time we go, we're going to build our own with anchovies. We're going to get pasta. We got to try the pasta.
Okay.
I think that's what we need to do next time we go.
It sounds like a plan, man.
We'll tell them, give us marinara with this cheese bread.
Yeah. Give us some marinara. Don't do that. None of that stupid bullshit ranch.
See, Wicked Peel, we're going to post about it. It is March. Pie Day is coming up. We're going to talk about it. We're going to post about it. And we'll show pictures on Pie Day on our medias of socialness.
The socialness of the medias.
So yeah, Instagram, Facebook at Buko Boys.
All right, so a couple news stories we got here. This first one about some
local.
Some of you, speaking of being basic, some hard seltzer news.
This is going to be hard for some of you hard seltzer lovers. I think your dog is a hard seltzer lover.
Oh, he's basic as shit.
But yeah, there's a bill that the governor hasn't signed yet, but it's a bill being passed or trying to be passed where they will eliminate some of the hard seltzer that uses ethyl alcohol or ethanol along with flavoring. So as I'm reading this story, this is what I understand. I might be wrong, but this is what I understand from the story. It's that if it's flavored from, for example, black cherry, mango, watermelon, and they use ethyl alcohol, they want to ban it here in Utah. And I guess a huge chunk of the companies use ethanol.
So what is it about that they don't like?
I don't know. I was looking up what is ethanol. What is ethyl alcohol? I was looking it up. It's just a type of grain-based alcohol that they use, and so it's also.
Well, I know we use it on our gas tanks now.
Yeah, but it's also that's what they want you to do. They want you drinking gasoline, I guess.
Well, I mean, it's grain alcohol is the same thing that's in what's that stuff called? Jungle juice. What's that shit?
Yes, I've lost.
Oh my god. I have some sitting right there. Everclear,
yes. I was gonna look it up. Yes. And you started with the E as well.
So yeah, Everclear. I mean, people drink that shit all the time too.
Yeah, it was illegal for a while. It's legal now.
Well, it's only just because of how strong it is.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's regulated on percent.
Yes.
So what is it? You have to. We want your TV static flavorless and no alcohol.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see the stopper because also when I looked up,
hard seltzer tastes like TV static.
That's a good way to compare it. That's for sure. When I was looking up what ethyl alcohol is, it brought up variations of the name. So when I looked up ethyl alcohol, it brought up ethanol. It brought up grain alcohol, and it brought up drinking alcohol because I guess it's in a lot of spirits and alcohol. Liquor and spirits. So I don't get why. I guess a lot of the big name brands use ethyl alcohol. So if this bill passes, you might not see some of your favorite flavors or brands in stores.
Utah and their micromanaging.
We'll see how this rolls out as it plays out. So the governor has not signed the bill yet.
Because I'm sure all his friends drink TV static.
the dude, yeah.
I can't remember. It was a comedian that said this one time. They were like, hard seltzer tastes like TV static and somebody yelling a flavor from across the room.
Hey, I've said this before. Ice-T posted, I grew up drinking 40 and malt liquors. My generation, your generation grew up drinking White Claw. I know the difference now. So,
Yeah.
just saying. All right, so let's get some national news.
All right, what
This
national?
is some crazy news. Again, I am an MMA fan. I love mixed martial arts. Love watching these. I'm probably going to rent the UFC this weekend. It's a big fight. Colby Covington versus Jorge Masvidal. I might order this fight. It's a pay-per-view. I'm excited about it. But former UFC champion Cain Velasquez has been arrested on attempted murder charge.
Pew pew.
This is crazy. So when this first story rolled out, it just said he was kind of involved, and so he was just kind of detained or whatever. And then it has rolled out he is a shooter. he's a shooter. I'm trying to talk brief before I get into more details if you haven't heard the story yet. He's been arrested. He went to a hearing this past Wednesday. He has an upcoming trial. In fact, by the time this episode's released, March 7th will be another court date he has for attempted murder. This is how the news rolled out. Okay, the news rolled out that a close family relative under the age of 14, so they can't really give names or specifics, was molested at a daycare, possibly up to 100 times. The man that is thought to have done it, I think he worked at the daycare or something like that, and I think the daycare was at a house, I believe, from what I'm reading. The gentleman might have lived there or has something type of or worked there. I'm not exactly sure. Anyway, this man has been on trial. He was released, I believe, on bail, which is dangerous to leave someone who's accused of molesting at least one child. Who knows how many, right? At least one child, up to 100 times, is now released free on bail for another court hearing. So Cain waited outside his house, followed this man. In the car was his stepfather and another individual.
In whose car?
The culprit, the molester, the pedophile. In the pedophile's car was his stepfather and I believe a lady. Cain waited for them. Again, things are still being unraveled, so this is kind of my understanding right now at the time of this recording. He followed them, which turned into a high-speed chase. Through San Jose. There is a video of, I believe it's a truck. It's a light-colored truck, and Cain is driving a black SUV following it at high speed. I didn't see in the video, but it was in the news, and they were talking about how there were some bullet holes in the side of the vehicle. Cain, at some point, this video that a passerby had videoed was a short video. It was maybe 10 seconds, a very short video. At some point, Cain rammed into the truck, shot at the truck, okay, trying to kill the driver, the pedophile. He was later arrested. They found the gun and bullet shells nearby. I think the gun inside, the bullet shells nearby, I'm going to assume was probably inside the vehicle or outside the vehicle. He did claim not guilty on all charges, and that's why he has another court hearing coming up on Monday. That's what's being released. There's rumors within the MMA community that the close family relative is his 4-year-old daughter. I'm getting chills because I'm angry.
Yeah, that's why I would be shooting out. I would have waited till he was alone.
Yeah, so imagine this is a family relative. How mad you'd be. Okay? Imagine if it happened to your daughter once. Now imagine it happened to her 100 times. I can feel the rage that he must have had. And there's a lot of hashtag free Cain. A lot of hashtag free Cain Velasquez. Here's the problem though. He shot at the vehicle. He did not hit the pedophile. He hit the stepfather. He's gonna be fine, they say. Non-life threatening. I think it got him in the arm, I believe. Again, things are still unraveling. I've heard he was shot once. I've heard he was shot twice. So I'm not really sure exactly. But at the time of this, my understanding is he was shot in the arm. Now there's 3 people in the vehicle. So obviously they did a high-speed chase. He shot at a vehicle with 3 people inside. There's a lot of charges on Kane. He might be looking at 20 to life. I get the frustration and I get the rage. Is it justified? I don't know. We're going to talk about this a little bit right now.
I don't. Well, here's where he screwed up. He went after him while he was with passengers.
Yeah.
And so all those passengers can sue him, or
adds more charges,
or just racks up.
Yeah.
Had the dude been alone, had he shot him or missed him, either way, I think they probably would have got off real easy. But because he actually hit somebody, as well, because he had full intent on
murdering.
Murder. So, yeah, that's where he screwed up. Do I think he should? I mean, I would have done the same thing, but I wouldn't have done it while he was with other people.
Yeah, because if he was kind of, stalking, and I don't know if stalking him outside his house puts more charges on as well, but, he knew other passengers probably got in the vehicle.
It would have made more sense if he waited till that dude, got stepped out of his vehicle, stay hidden, be smart about it a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
If you're gonna make a life-changing move like that, wait, do it a little bit smarter. Wait till he's alone, maybe ram him into his own vehicle, as he steps out, boom, smash him into it, or
right.
or run him over and then come out and be like, oh no, you're coming right at me, bow, 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 bow.
Yeah. I think murder's too easy though as well. I get the rage. I think this is what I would have liked. I would have loved
to see him get raped.
Sure, honestly,
because that's what happens to rapists. Child rapists go to prison. Oh, they get raped, and then they might get killed. They might survive, but we're gonna get killed. We're gonna get killed eventually. We're gonna get stabbed a lot of times.
I mean, I would have loved for Kane. Again, he was the heavyweight champion. He's a big guy. He was a former collegiate college champion. Just to kind of give you background to Kane, he's massive. He's over 250 probably. He's over 6 feet tall. I would have loved to have him drag him out of the car and just beat him an inch from his death, so that he can go to prison. I think death is too easy for this guy. Yeah, I want him to get raped in prison. I want him to be beat to an inch of his life. That's what I like. As a girl dad, that's what I would have loved. And do I understand where Kane's coming from? 100%. And I think there's so many people around. There was a protest outside of San Jose County, I believe, somewhere, where people are like, free Kane. He's helping us out. He's clearing the streets because this guy's now free. This pedophile is now, you guys let him, he has another court date coming up, but you let him go free in the streets. Where he can, I don't know the stats. I don't think pedophiles are just like, I learned my lesson. I'm not going to do this anymore. Nope. I don't think they learned their lesson.
No.
This is something, there's a problem in their head, and they're just going to do it again. They have to be locked up. They have to be locked up and raped for it to make sense to them. So I kind of said my piece as a girl dad. You're a girl dad. What do you do you want to go more depth about what you think or what you would have liked? Or?
I already said it.
Okay,
yeah.
So that you got it out there. Yeah, I get it, man. And I'm on his side. There's some GoFundMe's for his court cases, for his legal fees. I know one MMA fighter has donated already $10,000 to it. A lot of MMA fighters have kind of spoke out, I know the story's still unraveling, but right now, I get it. Because again, it's all they have in the news that it was a close family relative. The buzz in the MMA community is it was his 4-year-old daughter, and man, it drives me crazy.
Yeah, F that dude. So, anyways, while we're talking about fighters,
yes, let's fight. Let's do it.
Let's fight. No, how about the Klitschko brothers being badasses right now?
Yeah, they are.
In Ukraine, of course, that whole war going down. Yeah. Russia being assholes and invading, and Ukraine standing up to them and showing how big their balls are.
Yeah.
And Zelensky's balls are as big as they get.
Right.
That dude is standing up to Putin big time.
Yeah, is it the younger brother who's in politics already?
No, it's the older brother who's mayor. He's mayor.
He's mayor. Kiev, right?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And so he's like, no, we're fighting this shit out.
As a side note, their president's a badass. He's also geared up, ready to go.
Yeah, he's been in it.
Yeah.
He's been in it since day one, and he doesn't want to leave.
Right.
He wants to stay there and fight. And Klitschko brothers, they're multi-millionaires, and
they don't need to go.
They don't need a fight.
Military.
And the other brother, I think he lives here in the U.S.
Uh-huh.
He went back home so he could fight.
Yeah, he's geared up.
Yeah, he's like, hell no,
No.
we're gonna fight.
Mad respect.
And Putin has even sent people to assassinate them. 3 attempts on Zelensky.
I'm not surprised.
3 attempts on Zelensky already foiled.
Coward.
And one of them had, like, they named off the hit list with both Klitschko brothers on the hit list. So, but every time that he's sending these people in there to attempt the assassination, they get stopped and they get killed.
You know, we're definitely not a political podcast, but it's widely accepted that everything's wrong with it. But we're going to talk about how awesome the Klitschko brothers are.
Right.
That this is what it reminded me of. Pat Tillman. Remember Pat Tillman?
Yeah.
NFL star, multi-million-dollar deals.
9/11 happened. Boom.
9/11 enlisted, murdered. But he's got statues up now. And hopefully they stay up. I hate to hear 10 years from now people say, oh, back when he was in college,
I would like
Pat Tillman did this. We need to tear down his statue. I mean,
and so right now, like the Kiev is getting surrounded slowly.
Yeah.
And they're trying to infiltrate and get in there.
Yeah.
I've already seen like a movie deal happening here with the Klitschko brothers and Zelensky like holding off Russia, and then the last minute right before they get taken over, here comes the rest of the world to save them, like the Avengers.
Oh yeah, there we go.
It's like Zelensky's and the Klitschko brothers about to go down, and then on your left, here they come in.
Here comes the U.S. flag. What are the
here comes Germany.
Yeah, UK. Right. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
And then you hear the Avengers music. Dun, dun, dun,
yeah,
dun.
that's what we need. And we need Rocky. We need the Rocky music. We need Rocky. He'll stop Russia.
He has once. He'll do it again.
He'll do it again. There's no doubt about that. That's a fact. Yes, we need Eye of the Tiger playing.
So I don't know how this is going to play out here with this whole war and what's going to happen, but much respect to Ukraine and Zelensky and the Klitschko brothers for sure.
Yeah. Hey, awesome. This is a fun episode.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening or watching. We love y'all.